What's up, my compadres? Welcome back to another video. This is an interesting one. Let's just jump right into it. We have what I will call the Backyard Racing Series. These are a pair of 5 customs I have made over the past few weeks. I started on them months ago, like mid-2021. And I just kind of sat there before I didn't have any ideas for them. And then I had some paint pens. You can see those back here. And I was like, I can just paint these. I can turn these into something. I tried turning them into just normal NASCAR or like racing cars, and they didn't go as planned. So I turned them into something even better, the Backyard Racing Series. To explain what that is, just imagine it's like your local short track, if you know what that is. Or everything's messy. They're just kind of painted poorly. And yeah, so I made them look like that, and they're not the best, but they are pretty cool, I will say. Let's start this off. We have 5 characters. I will probably end up making more if I ever end up with more duplicates. These are all duplicates. Instead of selling them for a few bucks, I just turn them into pretty cool customs. So, first up we have Backyard Racing Chick Hicks, sponsored by Timewise, number 25. You can see the wheels there. You have the just a white, I don't know what you would call them, white paint on them, as well as a blue stripe on each one of them. You can see that on both sides. The 25 kind of goes back under the 2 on both sides. On the top, they merge together, almost like a ZS. You have a clock on the hood for Timewise. All the sponsors in here, or the primary sponsors of each of these cars, there's a few like associates right on the sides for the windows, are all actual cars that I have drawings of from a few years ago. I drew a bunch of custom next gens. I should probably actually go over those. It would be pretty interesting. That's a fun video idea. So you have the clock on the hood taking up the entire hood. Looks pretty decent, I would say. The blue line goes all the way from the spoiler. It goes down in a diagonal line down to the front bumper. We have the grill, his mouth, his expression looking to the right. The paint on this side is actually like, really, you can see that right there. It definitely did not turn out as well on his right side as it did on the left. It's so much smoother. You can see that on the windows especially. That's the left window, and then that is the right window. I have all the associate sponsors. On the back it says win, or the deck lid, and then on the back it just says you behind me with those taillights. My favorite part, the part that kind of puts this guy all together, is that pink X across the back window. It just makes it look so much prettier. That was like one of the last things I did, just kind of on a whim, and I'm liking that decision so far. Next up, we have Backyard Lightning McQueen, sponsored by Opposites, I guess a dating app. You can see the associates. You have Rack Up and Jump Juice. You have all the associate sponsors, just like Chick Hicks. It is the exact same design, if you want to compare those two right there. He is painted yellow, but you can see different shades of yellow across him at some point. The light I was working with, if I can turn it on right here, it is closer. But even when you turn it on to white, which would theoretically just make it like brighter, it actually kind of looks like bluish. You can see there, you can't really tell it's much harder to tell the difference. So I thought it looked pretty much the same. But when I ended up putting it into the normal light, you can definitely tell it's much darker, but that adds a little bit more character, as in like when he got damaged, they repainted him, but they couldn't find the right yellow. The Opposites logo goes around the rear tire. On the back it says Opposites with his number 19. It says meat on the back. You can't really read that. This was made using the Road Trip McQueen, hence the complete mess up here. I had to take that, what's it called? I guess luggage thing off the top of his head. he's looking to his left, or his right, and Chick Hicks looking to his left. Got a giant blue stripe running down the middle. And then, of course, the wheels are painted different colors. You have a bronze, that's the same color as the numbers, a green, a reddish pink, and a light blue. Alright, next you can see the bottom. I did not bother a whole lot with that, as you will not see that unless you're at this angle. This is Contractor Smokey. He is not a racer. He is actually just, I guess, a team owner. He owns the number 52 The Jumpstart Racer. I guess you could just call it Jumpstart. Their logo is just kind of steps with some lines in between. Couldn't really fit it on the door with the pens, or else it would be a mess. Front, you have a stripe, JS for Jumpstart. The purple and the combination of these colors is really nice. The bright silver, the light blue, and the sort of royal purple. The words Jumpstart were originally written on the front part, but I had to redo them, and then the paint got way too messy, so I ended up having to scrap that. Jumpstart, the only place where it is on the car is in his rear bed, so I guess you can't really see it at most angles. Rear window has a little bar across it. Wheels are standard. Expression looking to his looking to his left. I do like this guy. Not my favorite of the group, but my favorite would definitely have to be Chick. I mean, that rear window bar, it's just too nice. Gotta admit. This guy, pretty standard, but the design of the purple going around the bottom, it did do that pretty well. We got a little silver mark. We'll just call that some crash damage. This guy does not even roll because the paint was sticking to the wheels, and you can see it got all sorts of stuck like that. And that thing gets stuck in there. It takes a lot to push it through. And that is on most of the wheels. It did happen to some of the other guys, but not nearly as severe as what is on Doc here. Most severe, I would say, would be up here. Ooh. This is who I will call the Doctor, in quotation marks. This is the Rimd, I guess the old school racer. He's your typical, old school. Got these sponsors just written everywhere. Number 05, Rimd, Rimmdii. The bright red, it's not quite pink, on the top, going all the way around down to the bottom. The front grille is actually, it looks a lot cleaner than I originally thought. You probably could have done more on the eyes and as well as the rest of the red top. The logo is a red box with two, I guess, squares in the middle and a happy face. That's not what it was on the original one. I was trying to make it seem older styled. As for your associate sponsors, you have Bucko Burgers on both sides, you have Fontaine's on both sides, and you have Sounder Sailboats on both sides. Sounder Sailboats, you can just go out and take a sailboat ride, as you can actually buy sailboats because they're sentient human beings, or sentient vehicles, I should say, and that would be pretty messed up to actually purchase one. The wheels, I gave him white walls, and it was actually painted completely silver, and I wanted to do like a red inside, or like red on this part that like sticks out. And I tried to do that, and it ended up getting everywhere. I decided it would actually look a little bit better if I did the whole thing and then left the middle part with that silver color. And last but not least, we have Chief Retro for Retro's Racing Cards. He is a bright green color, or not a bright green, a dark green color, almost like a turquoise, but definitely green. Number 68, you can see it much clearer in those sort of Dunkin' Donuts colors than you can on the sides, where it is a purple, which you cannot see as well. This guy has colors all over him. You can see colors on the different colors everywhere. Yellow, got more yellow. You got some black over here. License plate completely blacked out. You have pink on the top. On the headset, you just have all sorts of colors. The outline of his hood is blue. As for his wheels, he has one that's just multicolored, one that's green with a hint of white and gray, one that is pink with a green stripe across, and one that is mostly brown with a green little thing and some blue around the tire. See, Retro's racing cards, you could just say like spray painted on by a pity or something on both sides, different colors. Expression, slightly different from the original, of course, a Brian Gierlewski. That's more color underneath the headset there. As for the associates, you have Fontaines again, you have Snyder's, and you have Sludgy. That black pen was really clean, actually. I do like this guy. This guy was the only one that I actually painted with the pens. The rest of these were actually spray painted a longer time ago. And then as I started to work on them, I also started working on this guy as a duplicate I got for Christmas time in that 2-pack with Terrell Geotree. That will do it for today's video. The Backyard Racers, hopefully seeing some more additions to this group sometime soon. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I will see you all next time. Goodbye.